Friends, wishing you a very prosperous new year 2024 ahead. So, as per our discussion today, I am going to continuing our series on a playlist that is commercial or contract drafting. So, previously we have discussed about representation and warranties and confidentiality clause. Today, now we are going to discuss about a name of the clause is non-compete clause. Okay, so moving further, first I take one logical or practical example or scenario that why this non-compete clause is required. Do you think about that McDonald is a headquartered at US, and how does it is possible for him to open the different these restaurant outlet or franchise outlet all over world, included India, and within India different cities or states. So this is possible only by the formulation of franchise agreement. So within other country which is stranger or not known to a McDonald, where the burgers were formed. So how the system, how the process of formation of burger and how they manage their retail outlet will remain safe, or not similar outlet or similar tasted burger in a taste or recipe may get uh, known by any outsider supply chain or restaurant. It is possible only through a non-compete clause. So what happen whenever there is a formation of franchise agreement, those retailers who are or food supply restaurants which are interested, they hire they made a franchise agreement with them. In that there is a non-compete clause is present, where they are not able to share this information uh, of the system information of MACD to other the restaurant. Neither they open a restaurant in outlet or chain in their name. So now move towards the pointers of the non-compete clause. So first of all, non-compete clause, this is an understanding between the party that they are not agree that they should agree not to compete in the same field or allied field of business. So McDonald, when form a agreement, franchise agreement, there's a clause named as restriction, where they discuss about that neither an employee join a similar outlet or nor an franchise those who are in relation with them for the purpose of business. They shouldn't open a similar business for a specific period of time, and they allied means similar fields they should involve in them. Allied means that there's a burger chain, burger food chain is there, then related to pizza, they are allied. Okay. For example, one employee, someone has taken a franchise of this McDonald. Now they want to terminate this specific agreement. They want to enter into a burger farm. So these food chains are similar or aligned, they shouldn't enter in that. They are restricted to enter a franchise agreement for a specific period of time to those outlets. Secondly, relevant, it is relevant parties are not when parties are working on projects. Okay, I take one example. If a company hires any software engineer for a development of particular software, you know about that how these software were formed. These takes a too hard work, a lot of hard work. 1 to 2 years of research is required to formulate all these things. I take one example. Not I tell you actually what is this process. Do you know about one profile that is business analyst? Prior to move augment of all data, there's a specific research. When you have seen on a YouTube, there's a 4 to 5 options are there, whether you know about this brand, that brand, out of 4 to 5 options, or none of these above. This is a research with done they can done on the online or either on field by filling up the form in different fairs, then this data is collected. On that basis they analyze what is a customer or consumer requirement, then software formation takes place. Okay, this is a requirement. So it is a hectic procedure. So what happen if someone open this particular procedure to someone else, it can be protected or saved by what? Non-compete clause basically. So where we are that if a software development engineer to whom this research is given, they're formulating a project on that basis, and what happened, it protect them. They shouldn't take a competitive assignment related to them to other entity, or they himself shouldn't develop a similar software or project on his her own. So this can protect them. It, if he does, if it happens by chance, what happen, value of company dilutes and may not get the desired commercial value from the software which they have actually done expenditures related to them. A lot of expenditures they have already done. So this is the third point. Now time period. Now what happened, it is not there that it remains for a period of there should be limit for time period. So it may be 2 year 3 year. If it remains effective during the validity of an agreement or even for a stipulated period thereafter, maybe 2 years 3 years 4 years. It is not there that it remains or restricted to only the franchise agreement. It moves to employment. In the case we have discussed about that, it moves to agencies, different agencies where works takes place, procedures, they are also it is joint ventures, technical collaboration. So here it is involved. So if you think about from the perspective of Indian Contract Act, in section 27 it is written that, or it indicates, agreement is in restraint of trade is void. Means if you are restraining someone to do or stopping someone to do a trade, then it is a void. But how this non-compete clause working right now? So it doesn't restrict, there's a few what reasonable restriction you may impose on a party. So non-compete clause is a kind of reasonable restriction. If it more than that, or if its intensity is more than that, it should be totally depends on the scrutiny of the court. So it is not required that parties may form compete that within franchise agreement or whatever agreement is there, they form compete clause in them. There's a, if you want to form a separate non-compete clause, you may form a non-compete clause. Now here I'll on the right hand side of the screen, there's a, I have taken screenshot where McDonald's restrictions, related to restriction, it is there. Franchise agrees and covenants as follows, what they have come up to, or what they have decided during the discussion. So during the term of this franchisee shall not, without the prior written consent of McDonald, directly or indirectly engage in acquire or financial or beneficial interest. Okay, so this is a restricted them to for any financial interest or become a landlord for any restaurant business. Means they shouldn't open any restaurant business which is similar to their restaurant or similar to the restaurant. Franchise shall not, for a period of 18 months after termination of this franchise, for any reason of sale of restaurant, directly or indirectly acquire any beneficial interest, or now they are saying directly or similar above point, directly or indirectly they involve in a specific business. Now, franchise shall not appropriate, use, or duplicate the McDonald's system. Whatever the McDonald process, they shouldn't similarly made or duplicate the procedures or any portion thereof. Franchise shall not disclose or reveal any portion of McDonald's system to a non-franchise, those who are not in actually agreement with them, or other than to franchise restaurant employees. Why there is a requirement for to open this information to employees? Because during the training, because burgers and billing should be done by them. So who can run a business? So it is only possible to the employee. Now these are the points which were present actually. So this is all about non-compete clause. So if you like this video, kindly do not forget to subscribe or get the updates regarding this similar playlist.